This lesson today will be about spreadsheets. Spreadsheets is essentially a table used to store various types of data. This data is organized into rows and columns. During this lesson, we will cover a variety of different terms that will benefit you as you're learning spreadsheets. These terms are row, column, cell, cell address, cell range, formula, bar chart, line chart, and pie chart. Before we get started, you must understand the benefits of using a spreadsheet. Now, here's some of the things that a spreadsheet can do. A spreadsheet can organize your data, can calculate your data, and also create charts and graphs. Many of the uses for spreadsheets are as following. They can help you determine current information as far as your grades, balance in a checkbook, and athletic statistics. Also, it will help you predict future events as far as student population increase within a school and also cell production. If you take a look at the spreadsheet as seen, you will see two different things. You will see rows in which go from left to right and they're numbered. And you also see columns which go up and down and they're represented by letters. Now every cell has a name to let you know which one is right. And if you look closely, the highlighted cell you see is F22. And normally once you see a cell in that format, it will be highlighted to let you know that is the active cell. We'll learn more about active cells in a moment. Now, as you're inputting data into a spreadsheet, there are three types of data you can use. Values, which are numbers, labels, which is text, which can include numbers sometimes, and then you have formulas, which are mathematical calculations. The examples are seen next to each one. Now, charts and graphs. Charts are used to illustrate the data in a spreadsheet. Now, there's three types of charts we will deal with, which is bar, line, and pie. We will use the bar graph to compare individual or sets of values to each other. Now, in a bar graph, you will see that the height of a bar is equal to its corresponding value. In our next slide, we will see an example of a bar graph. Each category in this bar chart is represented by a bar, which equals to the value that was selected for that particular category. As you can tell, you can compare each category to each other very easily. A pie chart. A pie chart is used to show the relationship of one set of data to its entire data. The size of a wedge represents the percentage of the total value of its entire data. Now, examples of this could be the percentage of grades on a class assignment. On our next slide, we will see an example of a pie chart. As we can see in this example, most students in this class received a B on a particular test in comparison to the other grades that was given. And if we look closely, we see that D was the lowest. A line chart. This is used to show trends and changes over time. In a line chart, points are connected. An example of a line chart would be your height over 10 years. In our example, we have customers who switch from AT&T to MCI. In this chart, you can tell the years, which is on the x-axis, and on the y-axis, it tells the number of people in millions who switched over. As you can tell, as each year progressed, more customers switched from AT&T to MCI. In a line chart, we can predict how well AT&T was doing in comparison to MCI during this time. Here's an example. What I want you to do is I want you to find the best chart that would give me a solution to my problem. Here's my problem. Currently, I have a text messaging plan that will allow me to have 600 text messages a month at $20. Your task is to advise me on whether I should increase my text messaging to unlimited for $40 a month or stay with 600 text messages at $20 a month with 30 cents per message after 600. Identify the best chart to use and give me your solution. So what I want to do now is I want us to take a break at this moment. I want us to do an activity which will help us determine how to use charts. Before we get started, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to complete a survey. The link to the survey is found right above. http://svy.mk/A8DLW. A formula is an arithmetic equation with symbols for mathematical operations. Now, in dealing with formulas, there are three parts to a formula that you will need to know. You need to know the function, the operand, and the operator. Now, this is important with doing formulas. Every formula must begin with an equal sign. If not, it will be considered a label. The operand is a number, cell reference, or cell name in a calculation. In my example below, equal B4 divided by 5. The operand would be the B4 and 5. Okay. The operator indicates what to do with the operand. Now, there's 4 different kinds you can use: addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. Now, if you look to the right, you will see the math symbols to use in a spreadsheet. Now, with addition and subtraction, it will remain the same. With multiplication, instead of the X, you'll use the asterisk. And instead of the division sign, you'll use a backslash. Back on our left, you'll see different examples of what the operator would look like in each formula. Functions. These are shortcuts to formula. Now, essentially, there's 5 main ones we'll deal with, and they're below an example. Sum, which adds up. Average, which finds the average. Maximum, minimum, and count. Now, most commonly used function as stated in the previous slide. Adding finds the sum. Finding average finds the average. Now, to find the greatest or smallest, you'll use maximum or minimum. And then to find the number of entries in a selection, you'll use equal count. Now, it's also important when you're using functions to always remember to use your equal sign. Else, it will be a label. Now, this is important when you're using functions. When you're using functions, you must indicate the cell range. The cell range is essentially a collection of cells. You'll find the examples below. B5 colon B9, H3 colon H10, I9 colon I102. We will have more practice in using cell range in a little bit. In using functions, you're not expected to know every function there is in Microsoft Excel. So in times like this, it is easy to go and find whatever function that you need to use. In order to do that, you will want to click on a cell and then click in the formula ribbon up top. Then click on insert function. From there, it will give you a list of functions that are available to you to use, and it should explain to you how to use each function.